Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy, P Funk. Thinking right out here in the lab where I do what I do for you. I'm about to have some fun today. Why? Because we doing my thing. 50 years of funking. How you like that? Let's go. Rightism. 25 rules to live by. Storytelling. Story with a message. There's a message in the story for life. I give life lessons. You tune in and receive them. We got a good thing going. I appreciate you. Let's go. Right thinking mission, and that's what I'm on, is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinking's way of life, and that's what it is, just like funk. Through mental and spiritual discipline, practice daily will help and guide you to obtain your goal of spiritual enlightenment, aka to know thyself. My mission is that all right thinkers know thyself. If you're a right thinker, your goal is to know thyself. See where we're going with that? So I ask the question, do you know you? It's rhetorical, but if you don't have an answer for yourself, tune in. I can help you with that. That's what I do for you. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. I do. Excuse me. Yeah. A person who knows not, okay, and knows that they know not is simple. They ain't got a problem with that, but you can teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. Stay tuned. Appreciate you too. I got you. A person who knows not and believes and think that they know is dangerous, avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know. It's okay. They're spiritually asleep. I'm the spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. That's what I do for you. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers know thyself. And as always, to my yacht, be true. Remember this back in the day? That was the funk sign. Some people get the long horn, they get it confused. They call, no, this is the funk, the double sign, yeah, all that nonsense. Okay, but back in the day, back in 1974, I went to the gym to see my man George. And that night, my man called me P Funk. I don't know why, how, another. And it just felt comfortable. Okay, so I'm the P. So let's talk about my 50 years. P Funk means pure real. Funk was my religion. I lived the funk. I loved the funk. I understood the funk. Let's talk about it right quick. 50 years of it. I got this. Now, AKA Pure Real. P Funk. That's what it means. P for pure. Funk is real. That means I'm pure real. I'm the same dude I was back there, just with more knowledge and wisdom and understanding about life. And I got the truth. Let's go. Funk was my religion, AKA way of life, back in the day from the 70s to now. Okay, 2074, 2024, 50 years. One more year, I'll be in high school 50 years. So it's been a long time. And I've been doing funk long I've been doing anything else. Understand that. And I have been funky living in a state of what? Heightened state of mind since what? Way before I got spiritual knowledge. I already have funk knowledge and I used it symbolically the same way I use my knowledge I got now, my Egyptian god and goddess concepts. But I used it then for not so much a more noble and glorious purpose. I used it to survive in the hood and it got me through a lot of things. George, thank you. Wow. You gave me something that got me through a whole bunch of situations, good, bad, and indifferent. And you still holding on and you still doing your thing. Much proud to you, my man. I got high and I maintained what? My funk, aka cool. Funk was my real self, me. I knew who I was back then. I'm still him. But that's the philosophy. If you ride a philosophy, and I've been riding this philosophy for over 30, 40 years now. I ain't got a problem with that. People used to laugh and mock, but now who's laughing? P Funk. Remember everybody, yeah, P Funk. I remember the neighborhood. I was a neighborhood clown. Everybody joking me back in the day. I ain't forgot them days. I had to live through that. It was real. Again, I didn't back down. I didn't back up. I stayed funky. Crazy House, Cedar Grove. I was still funking, moving on. And I used the symbolic funk concept way back then. Why? Funk was a way of life to keep me maintained. And George was like God to me. Okay. He was what was talking to me, instructing me. I thought symbolically he was just talking to me. Another thing. Okay, I was in. I was all in. Okay. Nonetheless, we ain't going there. Okay. But when I learned my yacht, now is what I use to what be for me. Before I was enlightened, I was funky. I was thinking, I was introverted. I knew who I was from a perspective of that. My yacht now is what I call funk, and I use it to teach others how to be better. Why? It ain't got to be funky. It's got to be real, though. I got the truth. Truth and funk goes together. Why? They real, and they play themselves out. I've been funking for a long time. I made it my way of life, and I survived through every encounter, even prison. I was funky in prison. Okay, funk was right thinking in the makings. Okay, why? I made it my way of life. No matter what, kept the funk. I live what I call in a funky state of mind. Okay, George landed a spaceship in the hood. So if you talking about aliens, man, I've been past that. Okay, George introduced us to that a long time ago. So I ain't bugging about the aliens. Moving on, but yeah, I was alone for right this. I was the one I wanted to fly the spaceship. I'll tell you the story. I bought the album, the Parliament Funkadelic Live Tour, Earth Tour, in the part where he said, "Let me give me the spaceship, man. I'll bring it right back." When the second go around, I already played it. You know, back in the day, you play it, you know, you get those. So now you know pretty much the words. I got to that part, and my father was in my room. I had my headphones on. The music was blasted, so he don't know. I'm in there asking George to give me the keys to the spaceship. I bring it right back. This nigga wants to drive somebody's spaceship. So he thought I was bugging out. I still roll with the funk, okay? But yeah, everybody didn't understand me back then. It's okay. Now, but watch this. Now, when I was tripping in high school daily, funk is what kept me cool. Why? I was kept funky state of mind. It was all funk all the time. Tell the kid funkadelic. I had a few friends. He was funketeers, so we used to talk funk all day. We was just in the zone. Okay. Now, but when I went into the crazy house, Cedar Grove, for taking the bid for some nonsense. Okay, another lesson, sorry. But bottom line, I was there. And they gave me the injection to tell the truth. You know, Barbara taught it called a truth serum back in the day. Okay, they used that on me. When I told them my whole place, as I'm telling them, I said, dude, what the hell? True story. They said, yeah, he suffered from delusions of grandeur. Nobody could do that. Okay, so I got a pass, and I had funk to keep me cool. Why? When I went in the music room, they had album One Nation Under Groove. I go in there, cut on my jam, and they said, "Well, he going there. He's a different dude." Yeah. Other than that, man, I was fighting. I wasn't a good inmate for a while until I figured it out what was going on. But yeah, funk kept me calm. They knew that. They said, send him in the music room. Every day I could go in the music room and I play my funk, and it was good. Some people just walked the floor. They had whatever they was doing. They let them do what they do. Mine was in the music room playing George. All right. I was playing crazy too. They got me through, George. Thank you. Funk, remember, was a state of mind. I knew that back then. And what's this? The condition of the position that your ass was in. You had to do what you had to do. Why? Or drown in your own shit. And it makes sense to me. Why? Because the lotus flower grows in the muck of Maya, but it ain't touched by the stink or the stench. So funk kept me like that. I didn't know it then, but that was my way of dealing with things metaphorically and symbolically. You can engineer certain characteristics, and the whole point about my life by my Egyptian, they give you a personality. They know you from stem to stern, and that's a beautiful thing. Funk put me in a position to do that, so that's why I'm 50 years of it. It ain't going nowhere. Okay, where we at? Da, 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 da. Okay, now I took again funk. Okay, I took funk what to prison. When I come home from prison, if you call me P Funk, I knew you know me from prison. Why? Because that's the identity I had in prison. So in the streets, I pretty much was Mark. Everybody didn't call me P Funk. But when I went out and about, yeah, P Funk was my calling card. And yes, it kept me cool there too. Why? I was the man. Okay. Funk again. Funk is keeping it real. Any scenario I've been in, one thing I did and maintain my integrity. I call it keeping it real. It's funk. I'm gonna stand up for what when I'm even if I'm wrong. Okay, I'm gonna take my hit. When I got my sentencing, I took like a man. Okay, moving on. But that's what funk did. It installed something in me. Getting misty about funk. What the what? Yeah. All right. But it gave me lessons in life. And now that I've lived through them on my terms, I can have the wisdom to teach and have the wherewithal to let you know funk was real. Before I got knowledge, I had funk. Okay. Now if you got funk, you have style. Why? James Brown was the funky man. He started. George took it to the next level. Okay. Now I identify myself. Why? With knowledge and understanding, I can identify myself with P Funk. Okay. Being a funketeer meant what? Meant that you was down with the real. George. George kept it real. I done hung out with him. I done did a few things. Got on stage at Madison Square Garden. If anybody have a tape of the live Earth show back in 1978 with George Clinton and P Funk landing mothership, please send it to your boy. Why? I was on stage with him. That was me on stage with the hoodie and the goggles, passing the joints around while he landed the mothership. That's why I took a bus ride of 100 people also. So they all was witnessing it too. My mother and father. How about this? Back then, I got a bus ride, took it to George. Know who my chaperones was? My mother and my father. Okay, moving on. That's how I was rolling. George was the man. What's this? Being a funk. Now, George had a message, and I thought he was symbolically talking to me. You couldn't tell me the prelude wasn't for me. Another lesson. 50 years of my life has been dedicated to what? Being funky, keeping it real. And it ain't changing. George, he's still rolling. I ain't gonna stop. But man, I love that. Funk is what? Like funk like Popeye. I am that I am. And P Funk, aka now I am the right thinking man. Funk and knowledge, what's this? Is what right thinking philosophy is based on now. You can't tell me nothing. I got truth on top of truth. I got real truth. Okay. I keep funk, aka real, in my life. Now I have what? Knowledge and wisdom to go with it. So I'm good. Okay. I'm covered. Top and bottom. Okay. Right thinkers. You are funketeers with knowledge. So that makes you right thinkers. Why? All you gotta do now, you know yourself, you keep it real with yourself. That's how you got it. That's how you're gonna keep it. It don't have to change. Whatever religion you practice, I ain't telling you to stop practicing. I'm just gonna enhance it and you can feel better about who you are. And what religion you profess, that's your choice. Okay? Understand that. So I'm not, well, you gotta be nope, nope. Funk don't take away from nothing you got. It just adds on. Trust me. Like weed. Everybody drink. Weed is just the sidekick. Marijuana has always been there. That's like funk. It's real. It's always gonna be there. Your choice. You can be real or not real. I'd rather choose to be real. Keep it funky. Now, here we go. Where we at? Right thinkers. Right thinking philosophy teaches you to what? Keep it real. Simple. That's funk with your higher self. Hello. Damn these people. Keep it real with him upstairs. Keep it real with yourself. That's the key. And that message, I had that long time ago. I wasn't teaching, preaching funk. I just was living it. So I wasn't practicing it. I mean, I wasn't preaching it, teaching it. I was manifesting it, living it, and kept it that way. Now, I was always real. No, along with, well, now, excuse me, now, along with knowledge of self, oh man, I can teach others to do the same and still teach the funk too. Why? It's in there. It ain't going nowhere. All right, that's why. And knowing thyself is knowing what? You're funky. Why? You're real at all times. You don't change. You don't have to change. Just be you. Once you know who you are, you shouldn't change unless it's for the better that you think you should. I don't change to please or please nobody but moi. Moving on. That's everybody's right. And that's what you should practice. Moving on. Last one. Funk was always my way of life. 50 years. I've been doing this for a long time. I'm sitting and dude, wow, yeah. Yeah. Okay, so yeah. 50 years, my way of life. And that once I mastered it, I'm not changing. back in the day, I'm still upset with this dude, my man Master P. When I left to go to college in 1975, on my door, Master P. So I've been Master P, but I go with P Funk. But my passcode is Master P. I gave out my information, but that's cool. No, it's just all symbolic. Again, moving on. Let me wrap this up right quick. Now, funk is real, but the P stands for pure. Everybody can be real, but are you pure real? That means you're real with yourself first. Some people are real with everybody else assuming, but they're not who they profess to be. Pure real means you're always the same way. I had that definition a long time ago. Now I'm just reinforcing it. Why? Because I put the time in, I earned it. I got the right to say what I know. How about that? Moving on. I keep it real. 100% knowledge of self. That keeps you pure of knowledge. Why? You ain't got to believe nothing. You need to know. I use the drug metaphor a lot of time. Why? Because that's what I know. So I'm experienced with that from doing it. I can tell you only what I know. I can't give you a metaphor for something I didn't experience. I had access to the best cocaine back in the day, and it could take a 3 cut. I was buying them by the keys. I gotta go there. But yeah, it was a lot of money. Easy money, fast money. But fast money, show money, hold money, cop and blow money ain't no money. Okay? Little heads up for my young people. That ain't the game you want to play. Okay? I'm just giving you an understanding of how I used to play it when I played it. I know I'm not gonna play that game. Because guess what? You don't get the stuff like that no more anyway. So moving on. Moving on. Now, drugs can be cut. My perfect example. But for profit. With knowledge and truth, I don't put no cut on it. Why? I serve it to you pure. Truth is best served what? Pure, straight, uncut. That's me giving you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me. You know who I confess to. And it ain't a belief thing. So help me. How about this? So help me, me. In closing, right thing, I hope you enjoy the lesson, but it's always the funk. Never to go without the funk. I'm going to be funking to the day I die. I'm going to be knowledgeable. I'm going to be a right thinker. So it all stays together. Don't nothing change. You can always add funk and right thinking to your life. It just adds a spice. And in closing, right thinkers, may you all live to be 100 and me 100 minus a day. So I never know that my right thinkers like you passed away. Hope you enjoyed the lesson. I'm out.